All right, guys. Happy Monday, April 4th. We're going to talk about the workout today. First off, warm-up. Warm-up's going to be a 1,000-meter row, and then 3 rounds, not for time, of 20 overhead walking lunge steps, 10 burpee pull-ups, and 5 strict toes to bar. The key with these warm-ups, as always, is to make sure that you're doing the reps nice and clean and putting any extra effort into range of motion things, like making sure you're locking out your elbows overhead on the walking lunges even more than you might in a workout, working on your burpee pull-ups, trying to be efficient with your popping up, jumping into the pull-up, same with your toes to bar, really under control. So really use these warm-ups to work on the technique of this even more than you would normally. All right, again, these are not for time, so it's just about quality of reps. Then we're going to go into strength work. So today, first off, we are going to start with back squat. We're going to find a 3-rep max. So last week was a 5-rep max. So your 3-rep max should be a little heavier than your 5. And what you're going to do, you're going to warm up, start with just the empty bar, then go to about 50% of your max from last week, and then go through there. You want your second last or third last set to be your 5-rep max weight, but only for 3 reps, okay? So work your way up through there, and you're going to find a new 3-rep max. If your legs feel cooked from a bunch of workouts or stuff that you did over the weekend, that's totally fine. It does not have to be a lifetime PR or an all-time PR, just a 3-rep max for today. Then we're going to go into a 4-minute EMOM. So this is going to be the first part where some of the information from last week is going to come back into play. So you're going to use your weight and your reps from last week's 2-minute test, which was 80% of your 5-rep max. We did as many reps as we could in 2 minutes. And you're going to do an EMOM. So every 4 minutes, you are going to do 30% of the reps that you did in the test. All right, so I know that sounds kind of confusing. So whatever weight you use, so say my weight was 100 pounds last week for the 5, and then for the 2-minute test, I used 80 pounds. So the weight is not going to change at all. The weight is going to stay at 80 pounds, okay? So for all these tests we're doing, it's going to stay 80 pounds. What you're going to do is you're going to take, say I did 20 reps in that 2-minute window, so I'm going to take 30% of that, which is going to be 6, and I'm going to do 6 reps every minute for 4 minutes. All right, does that make sense? So every minute, on the minute, for 4 minutes, you're going to do that number of reps. All right, ideally it's an unbroken set. If you need to break it up more, that's okay near the end, but the goal would be to try to do these, 4 sets of 6 at that weight in 4 minutes. So we're taking twice as long as we were originally, because before we did this in 2 minutes, but we're adding a little bit of volume. All right, if you have any questions, ask me or any one of your coaches will be there to help answer that for you. All right, then the Metcon. It is as many rounds as possible in 13 minutes of 3 ring muscle ups, 9 hang power cleans, and 13 pistols. So for this workout, this is going to be a workout that very few people are going to be able to do RX. The key here is going to be appropriate scaling. So a ring muscle up is the most difficult upper body pull movement that we generally prescribe, or one of the most difficult ones. So the appropriate scaling would be, if you go back down, could be a bar muscle up, which would be 1 step down, could be a chest to bar pull up, could be a chin over vertical plane pull up, so when you get the bar to actually come underneath your chin rather than just your chin over the bar back here. Whatever the most difficult pull is for you, that's what you're going to want to do. If you're using a band, that doesn't change. Just use a band where you know you can do 3 reps and it's very difficult. So if you normally use a green, this could be a time to use a purple or something like that. All right. Hang power cleans, the key here is going to be make sure as you're cycling them back and forth, you're not catching with your arms bent and kind of gassing out your biceps. You want to catch, arms locked out nice and straight, cycle into the next rep to make sure that you're saving that pull for your muscle ups or chest to bars or whatever your scaling is. All right, and then your pistols. Here, a progression is totally fine if you're not comfortable with full pistols. If you have pistols on one leg and not on the other, I would say group them together. So do 4 or 5 on the good leg, and then switch to 4 or 5 with the scaling on the bad leg or the weaker leg, so you can get them in. Otherwise, the key here would be, if you're completely competent, it would be to alternate left leg, right leg, all the way through as you would if it was a prescribed workout. All right, and then lastly, core cash out is going to be Tabata Hollow Rock. This one is optional, but it's also a fan favorite, as they say. So you're going to do 20 seconds of Hollow Rock, 10 seconds rest, back and forth for a total of 8 cycles. All right. Hope you guys have an awesome workout. If you have any questions, ask me at the gym. Otherwise, or send me an email. Otherwise, we'll see you there, and go Tar Heels.